Hi guys, so today I thought I would finally do my Kindle versus Kindle video. I recently replaced my old Kindle with a new one, and I thought I'd talk about the differences between that as well as talk about why I like ebooks, sometimes over physical books, sometimes in conjunction with physical books, and I thought that would be a really good discussion for today. So to start out with, this is my original Kindle. It is the one with the keyboard, and as you can see right here, it is starting to go, it's starting to get splotches on it that don't go away. And this is the main reason I replaced this. I've had this Kindle for almost 4 years, and I love it. I have used it extensively. I have tons of books on it, and it still works perfectly fine, except for it obscures a couple letters, which sometimes makes it hard to read words. And while this wasn't an emergency to replace, when Kindle did have the sale after the Canadian men's hockey team won gold for $20 off just for one day only because they won, I decided to take advantage of that and replace it with this one, which is the newest and the cheapest of the Kindles. It normally retails for $79 and I got it for $59. The main difference between these two is that this one is a lot smaller. It's the same screen size. I've actually measured and compared, but because it doesn't have the keyboard, it actually is quite a bit smaller, which makes it difficult because I need to find a case for it, and I haven't had any luck yet. It is a bit lighter. Now, to be fair, this one is in a case, but as far as I can tell, this one is noticeably lighter, but not significantly lighter. Another change that they've done, it's still the same cord. There is no audio feature on this, the new one, versus the old one. This one, you slide it to turn it on, and this one is a push button. I find that the turning speed on this one is a lot quicker when you change pages. It's the same kind of design where you have buttons on both sides, so it depends on what hand you're holding it in. It makes it easier. I just find it's a little bit more responsive than the older one, which, to be fair, it is a newer technology that is, I think those ones had been around for about 5 years. I got mine about a year into them. Also, the screensavers are a lot more intensive. On this one, it tends to be authors or pictures, and this one, it's, well, this one's all A's, but they're a little bit more intensive, and I find the screen a little bit crisper than the old version. So I'm really happy with my purchase. I wasn't planning on replacing it anytime soon, but with the 25% off, I couldn't really resist. They don't often go on sale for that much. And I tend to use ebooks for books that I don't necessarily want on my shelf, but I want to read. A lot of YA series I've got in ebook format. For example, the Vampire Academy series, which while I don't want it on my shelf space. My shelf space tends to be very limited, and I tend to be very picky about what I keep on my shelf. So it's great for that. I commute to school, and it takes me about 2 hours each way to get to school, so that's quite a bit of time that I have to read. And having to carry my textbooks plus my notebooks plus my iPad and everything, I find that having the Kindle just makes it easier for me to be able to do pleasure reading on the train. And also, I like to travel, and as much as I love the physical copy of books, I'm always slightly worried I'm going to damage them, so having the ebook version is really helpful for that. Yeah, so those are my main reasons for having ebooks. When I initially got my Kindle before, I'd been really debating about it. I was really unsure if I wanted to go into the ebooks. All the basic arguments people make against ebooks. It's not like reading a real book. It's not the same thing. I can't read off a screen, but it was given to me as a gift, as a birthday gift actually, and it's probably one of the best gifts I've ever been given. I really love it. It isn't the same experience as reading a book. I will give you that. Turning pages, holding the book in your hand. But that doesn't mean it's a lesser product. still are absorbing the same information, and with the e-ink technology, I don't notice any eye strain, and I have read for years on this. For a while I was reading exclusively ebooks. I went through a phase where I really wanted to be minimalist and not have a lot of things. I wasn't sure when I was going to be moving next, so I was trying to downsize. So I found that it doesn't bother me. The charge lasts up to a month without using the Wi-Fi, and even with the Wi-Fi it's still 3 weeks. It charges up fairly quickly, so that's not a real big issue. The adapter is a USB port, so you can pretty much use it anywhere in the world. I have charged my Kindle in Italy, I have charged my Kindle in France, I have charged my Kindle in Japan. So as a cross, like if you're North American and you're worried, it's fine. It's like charging your iPad or your iPhone or your computer. They tend to have it built in. One thing I would recommend, I have when I travel a Belkin, I don't have it, I can't find it right now, which is really frustrating, but it's a little 3-pronged wall plug that extends it, but it also has 2 USB ports, so if you plug in a wall adapter on it, then it gives you the USB ports to charge, which is fantastic. Yeah, so I really recommend the Kindle if you're somebody who travels a lot, if you're somebody who doesn't have a lot of space, if you're somebody who doesn't want to own a lot of physical books, because they are heavy and they are hard to move. I've done quite a few moves with a lot of books, and that's what initially made me want to get rid of a lot of it, and what makes me so picky about what I keep on my bookshelves is that they're a bloody pain to move. Also, if you're a commuter, it's a great way to have books with you without taking up a lot of space. I can fit this, my new one especially, I can fit in even some of my smaller purses, which is great. And then I'm never without a book, because that's always stressful if, you know, you have to wait for somebody and you don't have something to read and you're fiddling on your phone and eating up the battery on your phone. I hate doing that, so I would highly recommend Kindles. I don't have a lot of experience with other formats like the Sony e-readers or the Kobo. My mom has an old Kobo, but I've heard they've gotten a lot better since the first generation. I don't really like her Kobo, but she does. So yeah, that is my discussion on ebooks, the reasons I replaced it, the reasons I use them. If you guys use ebooks or you don't, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to get a discussion started, and I will see you guys later. Bye!